Okay, let's get this thing started. Let's get this party started, shall we? See if I got enough heat here. Yikes. Wow. All right. Number one. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to cut off just the cappings. I'm trying not to dig deep into it. So I'd rather not cut as much off and go back with the roller than cut too much off and waste all my honey down in my catch bin. So I'm just going to come back, going to roll close right up to it. So like right here, I'll take it, roll the top, and I'll roll down the side right there on the top where I missed it. I'm going to bring it over here, drop it in my. So I'm going to rotate this a little bit. Get ready for my other next two. So the great thing about it is when I'm running mediums and I'm extracting mediums, this extractor that I have right here will actually hold 6 medium frames, which is pretty nice. I have a bigger extractor, but I don't think I'm there yet when I'm using it. So this is actually November, like the 10th, man. So it's pretty late in the season. Normally I wouldn't be harvesting this late in the season, but we had a lot of rain early on, and so I was trying to give the girls as much time possible to put up honey. So that's what I did. I gave them more time, and then I just timed it, and it just so happened that we have today. We have a day that's the high today is 82. So I'm actually in this shop harvesting, and I don't have a fan here, which I probably should, but I've actually got it closed up so the bees outside, when they smell this honey, if I had the shop open and letting a breeze in, I ended up having thousands of bees in here with me, which not ideal. They don't mess with you. They just want the honey because they can smell it, but it's just kind of aggravating to have, 100 bees flying around your head trying to get at this honey right here as you're extracting it. So, and again, the idea, the perfect uncapping would be is if I could get this whole thing across here to peel back just like you're filleting a fish. So, just a little bit of honey and all the uncapping. So that bottom part's pretty good actually. So. And then in this uncapping tank, I've actually got the first tub actually has holes in it, and the bottom one doesn't. So what it's doing is hopefully I'm catching, it's kind of draining itself, if you will. And I'll take that honey out and I'll save that honey. And then all these uncappings that you see in here, that's honey. Hang on, I'll show you. Alan Jackson. He's almost, I guess he's a classic now, isn't he, Alan Jackson? Okay, so what I did is, let me put this in there real quick. What I did is I picked up these trays at a restaurant place, and what I'll do is I'll take all these uncappings and I'll put these on the tray and I'll spread it out like basically like a sheet bake, leave it outside, and the girls will they'll just tear it up. They'll clean it up, and all there's left is just a little bit of wax, and then that wax that's left over, I put it in my solar wax melter. I'll melt it, and then, here we go. And then I'll give it back to the bees. I'll actually put it back on I'll coat the comb with their own beeswax that I give back to them. So the idea is to try to give back. I mean, they did all the work, so I try my best to give them back everything that they did. So I know a lot of people will do comb honey as well, and I've actually wanted to do that. However, when you sell comb honey, what you actually do is you're cutting all that comb out of the foundation, or actually it's foundationless. You're cutting all of that comb out and you're selling it to somebody, which they enjoy. But the hard thing about that is you're actually taking all of the work that the bees did of creating the comb that they're filling with honey, and you're taking that out and you're giving it to somebody. So you're forcing the bees to start from scratch again. Whereas here, they'll clean this comb up, we'll put it up for the winter time, and they'll already have a head start because all this comb is still intact. And so all they'll do is they'll clean it up, repair it, and then they'll start putting honey right back in there. So that's a way that beekeepers try to get the bees the best advantage that we can to have them, work as little as they possible to put up honey. See, like this one, they didn't build it out far enough, so I can't get my knife in there. So I've got a serrated knife that I can try, but I found that the roller actually, at least for me, works really good. So and I don't know whether this is good or bad, it's just the way I do it, but I kind of send I do the hot knife back and forth like a serrated, even though it's just a hot knife, it's smooth. So I don't know if that helps or hurts, it's just a habit that I picked up, and I just keep doing it. I guess I need to try it without doing it, but I guess if it's not broke, right? So this is what it looks like when you do the roller. It just basically uncaps it too, but it kind of breaks it up a little bit more. So Set that in there. This is the last one, so that's 6 frames. So what I'll do is I'll put this one here, lock it in, and then we'll start slinging some honey. I'm gonna go ahead and wash my hands a little bit, dry them off, and then we'll turn this on. And I'll start out slow, and then we'll get it going. I'll grab the camera and see if I'll bring it over here and show y'all. So we're gonna, like I said, we're starting off slow. There's 6 medium frames in there, and I'm just gonna slowly, as time goes on, I am going to start increasing it. And if you look down here, you can actually see that honey being slung out of the frames into the extractor. So, and we'll just keep increasing that speed, and it'll just get better and better. There we go. So here in a minute, it's going to come out here. I'll leave this open. I don't have a gate on it or anything. So these filters, this is just wax. It's not, they're clean. But this catches all the big stuff. Ooh, just like that, it's starting to come out. So this first screen will catch all the big stuff, like the wax cappings that when I do that roller sometimes, it'll leave that wax particles in there. So it's gonna go through there, and then it's gonna go through that finer screen, and then it's gonna go into our container. And from there, we actually go right to the bottles. So that's pretty much the process that we just repeat over and over again until we get all the frames done. So as you can see, it actually starts coming out pretty good. So actually this is a Maxant, so you probably can't see it, but I got some new legs on there that really helps with the vibration on it. So really happy with the way that those are working. And we'll just let this spin until we get all the honey out of the frames. And also just a note here, the honey is going to be this color on this particular box, but it could be a little bit lighter or a little bit darker depending on the box and the location that I'm pulling from. So remember, the honey that we're selling is a combination, basically a blend of our Colleyville, Keller, North Lake, and South Lake locations. And so within that small perimeter of apiaries, this is going to be a blend. So we really don't do a single apiary extraction because that would just be entirely too much work. So, and we find that because we're all in the geographically the same area, that it's really good. All right, well, that's the process. Thank y'all for watching, and God bless.